So, I've got various opinions on the economy and politics, and foremost among them is that I think we should raise taxes. I know it's incredibly unpopular in America's current political climate for some crazy old reason, but I think that's what you got to do. Now, Republicans keep whining and complaining about the deficit, this, deficit, that. I don't necessarily know if the deficit should be our number one economic priority. Actually, I think unemployment should be our number one economic priority. But if the deficit is your priority, it's simple arithmetic. You want to reduce the deficit? The government needs more money. Raise taxes. I think they never thought of this.
Of course, the scary thing is that conservatives have been propounding a strategy they called drown the beast for a long time, which is where they would cut taxes, and then when the deficit rose, they say, oh, well, now we have to cut back on services. Now the government can't be so generous because we're broke. And of course, nobody remembers that the government's broke because you cut taxes. Ronald Reagan cut taxes. George W. Bush cut taxes. They've been cutting taxes for a long time. And so then government services get bad because they've cut down, and then people say, oh, well, the government's incompetent. They can't do anything. Why should we give the government more money? They're completely incompetent. You see how it works? It all relies on the American people not having any political memory.
Of course, it's not like this is a conspiracy either. I mean, they were pretty open about their intentions here. But anyways, in the present, I think that we should, number one, raise taxes, and number two, we should spend more. The government should be spending a lot of money to put people back to work. 9% unemployment is not acceptable. It should be somewhere around 3%. In the Great Depression, they realized the way to make stuff happen is to go out and actually make it happen. The government can't just pray that private enterprise is going to come to the rescue, because private enterprises have to look out for themselves. They can't say, well, I'm going to hire people on the chance that the economy gets better. Because in order for that to work, everybody has to agree that they're all going to take that chance. But the government can do that. They're a large enough fraction of the economy, and then plus they're not a for-profit institution. They're out there for the public good. So the government can just say, okay, we're going to hire people, we're going to put people to work, because we know that this money will reverberate around the whole economy. And we're going to actually take a chance and make stuff happen and break the tragedy of the commons. The government doesn't have to be bound by the confidence trap the way private individuals and private businesses do. So that's why I think the government should hire a lot of people. Look at the last time something like this happened, the Great Depression. How did we get out of it? The government made a lot of hirings. The government made big public works projects. And the economy didn't recover immediately. But people were employed. And that's real suffering that was alleviated. Not only people feel good about themselves when they got a job, like they're not worthless, because people want to contribute to society, but people also can pay for, food and rent and, those types of good things. And of course, when did the economy really recover out of the Great Depression? When the government took its spending from like the little level it had been at through most of the Depression and suddenly ramped it up crazy big during World War II. And then we had nearly 100% employment because everybody was either at war or building supplies for the war. Government intervention in the economy on a large scale works.
Now, Obama had the right idea early in his presidency. As soon as he came in, he passed the stimulus package, tried to pump some money into the economy real quick. And he kind of, stopped the free fall. But after that, he got kind of timid. It wasn't really enough money to get the economy going. And now Republicans are in control of the House of Representatives. He can't pass anything. What they should have done is passed another huge package of spending, in the summer of 2010, sometime then, to really boost unemployment before the election. Or at least before the Republicans could stop them. Because that would have been the right thing for the American people. But anyways, we're here now. and spending increases and tax increases are unlikely to pass in our political climate. And as a result, unemployment is not going to get better for a long time. And people might even blame it on the Democrats in 2012. Obama's probably going to take the heat for the high unemployment rate. And you know something? If he'd just given the Republicans the finger and passed massive spending bills, things would be better. We got into this mess from deregulation. You know, we had financial controls in place since the 30s that prevented a massive crash like we had in 1929. Those controls were removed in the 90s and in the 2000s, and lo and behold, we had a massive crash. But of course, the people have no memory. And you can't expect them to. The people aren't going to have a good political memory unless the media access that memory. And our media encourages mass stupidity. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of our political situation right now. That's it.